I mean, it's what you want.
You saw Jared Verse in person.
Jared Verse is Jared Verse is very impressive.
I'd almost rather hear you say the word Discord instead of Jared Verse at this rate. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jared Verse. I love what he does. I think he's even successful. But damn, say Discord once in a while. Jeez.
You don't want me to say Jared Verse anymore? Well, get ready because it's about to be said way too much. I'm hoping after Saturday, but it might be fall.
I'll agree with what Logan said about Jared Verse. And I made a comment. I got a chance to see a scrimmage in the fall. Unfortunately, hell, I almost died, but when Bobby almost passed, not almost, geez, like he's like my son right now, thinking he's still alive. When Coach Bowden died, they had a scrimmage that was open to former players to be able to come and check out. I've had the opportunity to see these scrimmages. Like Logan, I have an F-150, and maybe when gas prices go back under like $3, I'll start driving more again. But I've driven over to Tallahassee way too many times, like for a guy who needs more members in fifth quarter. But I saw Jermaine Johnson at the scrimmage, but I had also saw him again when they practiced in Jacksonville, and my thoughts were, man, this guy. I was like, I told Coach JP that I would have to cut block him consistently. Like I'd have to slow him down. I was like, this guy. I was like, he's an MFer. Like and I don't mean it in a negative way. I'm like, he's just. And I want fans to understand this. Like, there's reports by some people in the media that are talking disparagingly against the offensive line, which I get. But a lot of times, especially. And this is no knock on Logan, because Logan does a good job. But like y'all up there, I don't know. I can't see past my hand. I've had the opportunity to be on the field and can't see that. It can't see it as well enough to be able to give like some of the detailed accounts that some of the other outlets are giving. But I will say this: it's a reason why you want your defensive ends to be mutants. 6'5", 260, between 260 and 275. I don't know what these guys weigh, but even if they're over 250, running a 4.6 or better coming forward should always have an advantage over 6'6", 300 shuffling backwards. Like, we want our large mammals on the defense to whoop our offensive line. And it's not necessarily indicative of our offensive line being trash. It's more so an improvement on the defense. And who do they have? They've got the most, as far as the staff goes, they've got the most consistent staff. They've got the most consistent voices over there. They've got guys who know what they're doing, know what they're talking about. I've been in this time. They've got Odell Higgins, who's one of the best D-line coaches in the nation. And actually, I think he's coaching. He's looking a little vintage. Odell is not as old as what people feel. He's actually younger than my mother. And Odell's under 60, if I remember correctly, but he's still been coaching. He's just got a lot of years of coaching. So we have to realize that now guys who have turned the corner, I think McClendon, I noticed that in the first practice. I was like, who the hell is this number 9 kid? Like, when is he one of the transfers? And then they were like, nah, that's McClendon. And I was like, oh, he got bigger and he's got moves. I don't know what he's going to do in the run game, but I do know this. As far as the passing game goes, he's got some good moves that he's been putting on our guys. And some of our guys on offensive line, especially at the tackle positions, I believe, to be specific, I think there leaves something to be desired. But I think that's why you have Jordan Travis there. And I think, his ability to run the ball, and I've seen them in practice in 11-on-11, you have to account for that. Because all it takes is for Jordan Travis to break off a 40-yard run, and now all of a sudden that defensive end can't crash down like Verse is doing. And in spring, you learn your guys' tendencies because you're getting through the motions. Now, that's something that I didn't come on last week, but if I were to my only critique on last week, which in their defense, they were coming from spring break. But man, that practice I was at, Logan, and Coach Norvell that was the worst practice that I've ever seen in spring football. Like, just like I said, that first practice I went to of theirs, that's the best first day practice that I've seen at Florida State in the last 5 years. Last Tuesday's practice was the worst spring practice that I've seen in the last 5 years. Not from a talent perspective per se, but from an intensity standpoint. I'm comparing it to what I saw at Georgia. Now, James, they say, James, that's not fair. That's where the talent is. I don't give a damn. The point is the standard is the standard. When I go out there, Kirby's yelling at people, Kirby's cussing at people. The twos and the threes are pushing the ones because the ones know if I slip, this 2 or 3 was highly ranked too. And so so when you have that many people gunning for it, it's hard to have a day off. But it just seemed like everybody was still having some spring break lag. But
Yeah.
they got over it, and maybe they'll do. My bad, not spring break lag. Excuse me. A week and a half going into practice lag. Maybe they'll get better. I mean, I heard last Thursday's practice was good, and I don't know what yesterday's practice was like, but I haven't read any of the reports. But I'm assuming it's getting better moving it toward what I call spring ball is Easter recital, kindergarten graduation. You're not gonna see anything. Like no, it's a display for the parents to see their kids that probably won't ever play that much get a chance to get some reps. It's kind of like that. It's not indicative of what the season's going to be.
James never took that advertising course at college about how to sell the product right there, saying that it's not going to be. Make sure to get your tickets now, guys. Make sure to be inside that stadium on Saturday.
They're already struggling. They're already struggling to do it. They won't let people buy Champions Club tickets, so I don't really care. Just make the only tickets you need to. I'm gonna put it like this: only tickets you need to buy is to my tailgate. You may not make it inside the stadium if you go to my tailgate, even if you have tickets. As much food and alcohol we're gonna have, and it goes to a good cause.
Dude, Logan,
can I get a moonshine shot before I go into the press box?
Oh, slide in, man. Come on. Bring you like one of the plastic bottles.
Me and D-Lou will slide.
Can Logan and I get on the complex? I don't need a drink. I just want the plate.
The plate does look good. The lineup for the plate does look good. I saw.
We got a stupid amount of food. I have no idea how we're going to eat all of this. Longhorn Steakhouse just stepped in and donated food.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way.
I will help.